When I hear people say they don't use their monthly spread, it blows my mind. If you took my monthly spread away from me, I'd be adrift in a sea of planning nothingness. So I'm guessing these folks use their Google calendars and their whatnots to plan their month, and then use their daily planner and weekly planner to plan their, well, respective weeks and days. Whatever floats your boat, man. But let me argue the case for a good monthly spread and planning sesh. By the way, if we have not yet met, my name is Heather Liedl, and I am the one-woman show behind the beautiful, intentional, and simple Sprouted Planners. Sprouted Planner was founded right here in my home in 2020 with two littles by my side, and, well, you know what was going on then. And I was 2 years out from losing one of my most favorite people, my dad, to ALS. As a die-hard planner user myself, I created the planner that I wish I had during this extremely difficult season in my life. One that's intentional and reflective, yet simple and functional with no pre-labeled boxes, no tracking, no nothings. And of course, it had to be beautiful. Currently, I offer 4 different planner styles. You got your monthly, your daily, your weekly, and then your hourly, along with other beautiful and functional accessories. Find all those goodies at sproutedplanner.com, and then also follow me here on YouTube as well as on Instagram. Right, put it in O for Onward. So you know what movie that's from? In this video, I'll be covering 4 steps I use when I plan out my month. Number 1, the Sprouted Planner checklist of your intention, then the to-do list, which is more than just a to-do list, followed by my schedule, and lastly, the notes area. So let's hop to it. So this is my real life actual planner. It's the daily planner. Here is my real spread that I used. And I know it doesn't look like it, but all of this stuff was kind of set up before. All these birthdays, no schools. I did this when I set up my planner for the year. And then there's just been some things that have popped up that I've put on here. Now is when I will officially plan my month right here in this video with you guys. So we're doing it together. So the first step is every Sprouted Planner has a small checklist on the monthly spread, except for the monthly planners, which feels kind of ironic right now. As you can see here, here's the monthly planner. Obviously, it's not anywhere near like one of these planners, but I will just show you the month, no checklist. The daily, the weekly, the hourly all have this exact same looking spread. The checklist items refer to the prep pages, which are where you set your intentions for the year. So before you get lost into the nitty-gritty of your schedules and to-dos, this should be your first step since it's your guiding light. You set these things as important to you. So make sure you're following through with what you made up in your mind to be important, aka your intentions. We're going to start with values. So first you're going to review your values, which are front here. I have my little bookmark to mark it here. So you're going to review your values. This doesn't have to be like the top of the mountain meditating stuff. Just look over them and make a mental note of whether you're putting this stuff first. And then just pick 1 or 2 to lean into that month and schedule in the intention you set for it. So for example, I am going to pick a kind of different focus for February. So I think I'm going to really focus on creative work for this month. This month, I'm going to be meeting with a business coach. I really need to get started on some design work. So I really need to focus on this. So spend more time creating products. That is one of my intentions, including implementing systems to allow more time to focus on that. So usually I break this down into my personal and my business over here. So since this is more my business side of things, I'm going to put create planners. I know it's very broad, but I know what I'm talking about. And for the sake of this video, I'm going to keep it a little short. Look back on here, creative work, health, less alcohol. I'm doing dry January. That is not going to be my focus for February. Oh, and you know what? For kids here, for my Gracie girl, my daughter, special dates together. It's her birthday month, February. We are doing a birthday party for her, but I'm going to take her out. Okay, so those are my values. I'm going to check right there. Next up on the list, people. The loves of our lives, our home team. Man, is it easy to let them slip through the cracks of busyness. I feel like I'm the worst offender of this. For this one, go back over here. Lovingly gaze over their names. I haven't finished my intentions with my people. I'm still working on that. You're looking through your name. Does anyone jump out at you as needing some extra TLC this month? So somebody who jumped out on the list for me is my dear friend Jess. So I haven't seen her since October, and so I really want to get something on the calendar with her. And then for some of my other people, we already have dates for them. My mom and I have decided to meet for coffee every the first Friday of the month until school is out. So I've already confirmed with her. We're going to be doing that for February. So those are just some examples of putting your intentions into place for your people. So check that off. Okay, reminders. Are there any reminders in your month or season columns that need to be done? I'll use... Personally, I feel like I've half set out my planner, but that's okay. We're going with it. So for me, February is camp registration month. I need to be on this if I want to get my kids into the camps this summer. So like game face. Sorry, just doing some keeping up. Oh yeah. Okay, see? This is good. This section is good. So send Valentine's, I just talked about that. So I'm just gonna put this on here. And then plan anniversary. In March is my anniversary. So I need to get on that. So plan anniversary. This is why I love this. Except for the Valentine's, none of that was on my radar at all. So I'm really grateful that I had that time that I thought ahead of things and put that down there. So now I know to be ahead of them. All right, we did reminders. Now our year list. So if you are watching this at the end of January, man, how fast did this month go? So you've got some things you want to do and experience this year. So you are going to be checking over your year list and scheduling at least one of those in, or take the first step on one if it's a bigger thing. Anything else? Okay, so I think I'm not going to overload it. I'm going to say, okay, go to our year list. Okay, so you can see here, just by going through there, you are planning very intentionally. So you are looking at the intentions you already set, and then you are putting them into action on here. Okay, point 2, fill out your checklist. So as you can see, a lot of this is pretty much filled out already. You can certainly treat this section as a to-do list, but I urge you to also treat it a little heftier. So I think of this list as my priorities list. So these are the things I want to accomplish this month. They are the things I should really be focusing on every time I plan my day or week. As you can see, when I go through my intentional checklist, about half of these checkboxes, more than that, that's how I know it's more of a priority of importance list. For the rest of the spots, I usually contemplate the month at hand and the month ahead and what things I should be staying ahead of. So as mentioned, February is a big month for us, namely for birthdays, Valentine's Day. Since I have 2 kids in school, that's a much bigger deal with Valentine's boxes and parties and stuff. Lent this year, if that is something that you follow, that starts in February. So it's a very full month and it's a short one. 1 day longer, leap year this year. So these are kind of the things I'm putting down here. So I have run out of my room over here for my personal, so I'm going to have to break into my business side of things. I need to put down. So that's what you're going to do with here. Step 3, schedule. So as I mentioned before, typically I've filled in my schedule as things come up. So my schedule is usually up to date. However, I like to do a quick review of some places to make sure I have everything. Number 1, emails, both personal and business. 2, school schedule. 3, Google calendars. And 4, my previous monthly spreads. So it's usually in those spots that I find the rest of the stuff that I need to add, such as extracurricular, school days off, school dates like spirit wear days, theme days, etc. Webinars I may have signed up for that didn't get on here. So since I have 2 littles that are dependent on me for everything. I like to color coordinate their stuff so at quick glance I know what's theirs and what's mine. My husband, on the other hand, he's on his own. So I do the color coordinating using Mildliner. So as you see here, I know I need to add their extracurriculars into February. I highlight them accordingly so I know when I'm checking the calendar, okay, gray stuff means kids' extracurriculars. Once I'm fairly certain I have my schedule done, I move on to the final step. Notes and blank spaces. There are two main blank spaces in the Spread a Planner monthly spreads. A gridded space along the left-hand side of the calendar and a dot grid space on the bottom right. On the gridded space, I like putting things that pertain to the entire week or something happening that week that I don't want to commit to, but it's good to know. For example, in January, I put 2 different fun things happening. So I put those over here, as you can see right here. I also am doing Marie Forleo's Time Genius, so I put that starts this week. So it's just things that maybe pertain to the week that I put over here. As for the dot grid space at the bottom, as you can see here, I'm excited to have an example. I use that for any random notes or reminders. So ideas for date nights or fun things to do with the kids that month. And then other times I leave this completely blank. Okay, not much over here, but it's just kind of a note section. Or if you're a monthly tracker type, this spot would be a stellar spot to set this up. So there you have it. Those are the 4 steps I follow when I fill out my month. What do you think? I usually do this the last couple days of the month before so that I feel ready to jump into the new month when that comes. So let's hear from you. Do you plan out your month? If yes, what is your process? If no, why not? Either way, let me know in the comments below. That is all for today. Thank you so much for spending your precious time watching this video, and I'll catch you on the next one.